This is the plaintiff, Donald Brown. He says he brought his car into the defendant's shop to have it fully restored in May of 2006. And 1 year later, the car hadn't been worked on. When he asked the defendant what he used the $2,000 he gave him for, the guy told him storage. Storage? The defendant then told him he wanted more money to start the actual work on the car. And that's when he decided to go after the con man. He's suing for $2,000, the amount he's owed. This is the defendant, Eddie Abraham. He says the plaintiff told him he was going to get all the necessary parts for the car restoration, and the thing sat in his shop for 3 months while he waited and waited for them to come in. The parts never did arrive. The plaintiff took his car, and now 6 years later he's suing for the money he spent on storing the thing? Come on. He's accused of taking his sweet time. The defendant has filed a countersuit for $1,000 for the safekeeping of the plaintiff's vehicle.
Thank you, Douglas. Donald Brown, you are suing the auto body repair place, represented here by Eddie Abraham. You are the owner of that auto body shop. All right. For $2,000 that you say you paid him to do work on your car and he did nothing. You are counterclaiming against him $1,000 in storage fees. Okay, what's going on?
In April, May of 2006, I have a 1976 Buick Riviera that I bought originally back in the day.
Back in 76?
Back in 76.
You've had it since then?
Yes.
God bless you.
And over the time, it's a little bit of wear and tear and so forth and so on.
Yeah.
I needed to get the car restored. So my brother's a mechanic and knows people in this line of work and so forth. So I talked to him and he suggested that he would take me to a good friend of his named Eddie Abraham. And so after taking the car to him, we sat down and discussed it and the whole bit, what was to be done. I wanted the car fully restored. I made that very clear from day one, okay? And so after talking about it and the whole bit, Eddie told me that he would need a deposit and so forth and so on.
I'm sorry, you were going to get the car fully restored in return for paying him what? What was the deal?
Well, I don't know exactly what I was gonna, what the bill came to because I never got a estimate from the gentleman.
Well, then why would you leave him the car or pay him $2,000?
Well, my brother knew the guy very, very well. He was a good friend of his and so forth. So in good faith.
He's blaming you for the deal he made. How's that?
In good faith.
Just like old times. Go ahead. Wait, come on up, brother.
In good faith.
Hold on. What's your name?
David Brown.
Okay, Mr. Brown, were you around when he bought the car? I don't know how old you guys are. Were you kids when he bought the car? Teenagers when he bought the car?
Yes.
So does that car have a lot of memories?
Yes, it does.
Yeah. Okay.
76 Riviera.
No one can let this 76 Riviera go, huh?
Absolutely.
All right. Were you privy to the deal he was striking with this gentleman?
Yes. Eddie's a good friend of mine, and
Is he still a good friend of yours?
Yes, he is. I'm not going to lose anything over this.
Okay, because your brother's a little angry right now that he paid him $2,000, and according to the brother, Eddie didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. That's correct.
Okay, so God, you can have a seat. So you pay him $2,000, and nothing happens for how many months?
I paid him $2,000 probably within about a 5 or 6 month period. And I went to talk to Eddie and said, Eddie, I don't know what's going on, but when you're ready to start the car and so forth. And I said, by the way, my brother has access to areas where he could get parts and so forth. So he suggested that maybe he would be able to get them. And he said to me, no, I'm not interested in that because I don't have any place to store the parts. You can see my lot is full and I have no place to store it. I said, well, if I get the stuff, I'll have it just sent over to you. No, he didn't want that. So I said, okay.
So you're not supposed to be getting any parts?
No.
So all right, so then what happens?
So then at that point, I still waited for Eddie to call me back. Eddie never called me, never said anything about the car whatsoever. Okay? Then I have to go by there again and ask about the car. He said he wasn't ready yet.
Okay, what's going on, Mr. Abraham? Tell me what's going on. Why is the car there for all those months and nothing happened?
When Mr. Brown brought me the vehicle, I was forewarned by other people that he's looking for a place to leave the car. So what I did was I said, well, listen, before you bring me the car, I want to know that he's serious. Bring me a deposit in good faith so that I can get started on the vehicle. He told me, and I also told him not to leave the car until he has his parts because he located quarter panels. As a matter of fact, he told me he found another car that he could get the used quarter panels from and all these different parts. I said, I don't want you to bring me the car until you have the parts. and the deposit.
Okay, so stop.
He told me
so, wait,
I'll
wait,
leave
so
the
then
car.
no, stop.
I'm sorry.
Listen to my question. So then the deal was, according to you,
Yes.
that you would fix the car.
Yes.
The $2,000's a down payment on what it's going to cost to fix.
Yes.
You two you don't know what it's going to cost to fix, so you don't have an estimate.
I gave him a roundabout price, but you really can't with restorations because you can't know until you get into the vehicle.
Right.
Right.
And you gave him a roundabout price of what?
Well, he told me that he had a budget. I believe your budget was about $8 grand, $10 grand.
Okay, so you told him, well,
Yeah.
that's what it's going to be? 8 grand, 10 grand?
Right.
All right. Yeah, of course. All right. And then now, and that includes that he provides all the parts?
Yeah. To
Can
restore.
I just see your agreement with him? This is super simple. Show me in writing where that was the agreement, because he says he was not providing parts. And I am, as a betting woman, I'm going to bet that the next thing you're going to say is, Judge, you never brought me parts, so I never started the work, right?
Well, I'm going to tell you this. The truth, Judge, is that.
Is that what you're going to say?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. But
So
that
show
was
me
the
the
agreement.
contract.
But now the reason.
Show me the contract.
I don't have a contract.
You show me the contract.
I have no contract, Your Honor, simply because he never gave me a contract whatsoever.
How do people
After-
do $8,000 to $10,000 to $2,000 business deal, and they don't think that it should be in writing because one day they may end up in court like this,
You-
with their hands raised like little school children, both of them at the same time, trying to get the last word so the judge will believe it's their way.
So can this guy sue after 6 years? Does it make sense?
No, it doesn't.
Why?
Because car breaks down every time. It doesn't, and some parts doesn't have warranty, some parts does, so it depends on the warranty.
So in other words, you don't know what's going to happen in that 6-year period.
No, that's way, way too long.
Just not fair.
Not fair at all.
Going inside the courtroom.
Who's that fellow over there? Come on up. Who are you? Why are you here?
My name is Charles Williams. I'm Eddie's brother, older brother.
Oh, everybody brought their brothers? Was this in a schoolyard fight?
No, we're going to remain good friends.
Always. We can always be good friends.
Okay.
For sure.
But for a space to put the car, parts of the car, we have ample enough space. You know, it never was an issue. I came to the auto, and I asked Dean, I call him Dean, about the car. I would have took the car, 76 Riviera. But, you know, he said it belonged to someone, you know, and I came again and it was still there, you know. But we had plenty enough space to put parts to the car.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mr. Abraham, let me ask you sort of a different, you can go ahead and sit, thanks. Oh, let me ask you sort of a different question. Did you ever tell him, no, wait until I have a chance to start the car?
He wanted to bring. I asked him to bring me the parts. I had the car. I can't do anything.
But he wanted to bring a whole car?
Don't bring a whole car.
Okay.
Parts, no problem with that.
But not a whole car, just...
Not a whole car to be cut up into pieces for parts, no. No.
You've known these guys for how long?
Many years. Many years, yes.
So how does it get this bad? Like, how do you not, like, work this out before it gets here? How do you say to him, you owe me storage? You don't have a contract for storage, right? Like, you don't have a contract.
I do. I have. It's posted. It's posted in my shop. Like I said, Judge, this is since 2005.
The car's not still there, is it?
No, thank God.
No.
But what happened is, what I'm saying to you,
Did you ever get it restored?
It's waiting right now to be done. Yes.
It's waiting right now, 6 years after you started
well,
with
I'm
him?
trying to recoup my money from this bad deal that I struck with this gentleman from the very beginning.
Bad deal, okay.
Well, but it is. If nothing got done, now what you're saying is it didn't get done because you didn't do your job. Now he says, yeah, Judge, but I wanted to bring the parts over to him, and he said no. Then you say, yeah, I actually did say no, not to the whole, but to the whole car, not to a few parts here and there, but to the whole. It's like a messy little, like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it got this far with friends, because nobody's really 100% right. And I'm going to be forced to choose. I don't split babies. I don't split babies. There's either a right answer or a wrong answer. I'm going to find the right answer. That's how it works. Go ahead. What were you going to say?
Judge, he can't expect me to disassemble a car to build a car for a budget of $8,000 or $10,000, number one. To be fair, to be honest.
Right.
I went to his place of business several times to look for this gentleman. I've been to his home, to his brother's home, looking for this guy several times.
In order to say or do what?
To say, please come get your car. I don't want to keep his car. I got plenty of work there, and I wasn't looking to keep his car. And these are friends of mine. I'm not looking to take money from him, but you can't leave your car with me for 6 months, 7 months, and they say, okay, give me my car and my deposit back, and you haven't brought not one part back to me yet to repair the vehicle. I don't think that's fair.
Was there anything that you could have done to the car without him bringing you a part?
You see, the car is completely rotted. You can see from the side of the car to the floor from the outside. The car is completely rotted, Your Honor. So, no, there's no repairing that. Things have to be replaced.
Did you ever have him sign a storage contract?
Well, it's posted on my office, on the door of the office. And
is he supposed to bring the parts? Which I'm not sure how this happened between you two, whether it was canis mas macho or whether it was a misunderstanding. You know, because I know he wanted to get the thing done. So when he would call you, when you would call him, what would he say to you? I'm busy? Or would he say, get me the part? What would he say to you?
He was never ready to do the car. Not once has he ever been.
He would say to you, I'm still too busy? I'm asking you, what did he say to you?
Also, when he decided he was not going to do my car, he took my car and put it on the street. Never even called me back, called and said, Donald, look, I'm not going to do your car. My brother's driving down the street. He sees the car parked on the street. He calls me at my store and says, Don, where's your car? I said, what do you mean, where's my car? It's at the shop. Hopefully he's going to start it. I thought it was good news. Turned out it was bad news. He said, well, your car's not at the shop. It's parked on the street. Never once did he ever call me telling me that my car was on the street. Not once did he ever call me and tell me, Mr. Brown, come over and let's talk about starting the car.
I told you, Dave, many times, I said, Dave, I can't keep this car. I'm going to have to push it on the street. And I did tell you that.
Mr. Abraham,
yes.
Here's where we are. And Mr. Brown, let me tell you where we are. If you want to enforce in court a deal, you need to be able to prove to me that that was the deal. I have a very messy factual situation about the deal in this case, about who's supposed to bring the parts. I'm not sure which came first, the chicken and the egg on that, but let me tell you the part I am sure about, okay? I am sure that there is no, at least certainly none that has been brought to me, storage contract between you and the defendant. I understand what you're saying, that there's a sign up there. The sign up there is for after work is done when people still leave the thing there. It does not mean that while you're working on a car that you're charging storage every day that you're working on a car. So that sign doesn't really pertain to him unless and until we've gotten to the break point. I'm not sure who was supposed to bring the parts, when they were supposed to bring the parts, but I don't know that that's what's responsible for the delay. I have to have some inkling of that. I have none. I have nothing from you, certainly, but whether or not I have that, I certainly don't have. The reason you're claiming $2,000 without doing a stitch of work is storage. I don't have an agreement from him to pay storage for you. All right? So you're not going to get to keep the $2,000 for storage, nor prevail on your counterclaim against him for an additional $1,000 in storage. I am going to order you on his lawsuit against you to pay him the $2,000. That's where it's going to end. Good luck, folks.
Thank you.
I wonder how good that friendship is now. All right, step on in here. I mean, you guys have been seeing each other regularly as friends from that time until now?
Yeah.
I mean, as recently as when?
Well, I saw Dave last week.
Right.
Yeah, but we're still going to be friends. I mean, I'm glad this don't start a lot of money. I mean, if this is all it takes to fix the situation, I'm glad it's over with, man.
All right, all right.
All right.
Contracts, you know, things in writing.
Oh, we have
time.
contracts. So
okay.
we have
things.
A lot of things have changed.
All right, head right around the corner right there. There go those brothers. Let's get these brothers in here now. All right, how you feeling about how this came out?
Good.
Yeah. You guys still buddies? I mean,
well, he was never my friend in the very beginning. I never got a chance to say that. It's my brother's friend. Yeah. Right, and I hope he's still friends with him, to tell you the truth.
Ask him.
I'm sure he is.
He is, right?
Yes.
All right, so no hard feelings on the thing. Terrible business deal. Nothing in writing. You give him your car, you give him money, you got nothing written down. What are you doing?
Well, it was because it was my brother's friend. I kind of stuck my neck out there for a moment. My mistake, because I'm a businessman, and I should know better. Yeah. Okay. But in good faith, when you give somebody $2,000, he's a friend of your brother, okay, you figured he's going to do what's right. Okay?
I'd give my brother $2,000, but I wouldn't give his friend $2,000.
You're right about that.
Harvey?
Okay, the plaintiff won this case, fair enough. But the fact is, when you start smelling trouble, what you need to do is act on your rights. When you sit on your hands in an unreasonable amount of time, you literally could compromise or lose your rights entirely.